welcome back to my channel, MsDebDeb Lipstick. Woohoo! Today's video is unfortunately not a positive, happy-go-lucky, smiley, favorites, haul, lookbook kind of video. It's actually a negative kind of experience. This experience really just pissed me off and I really just wanted to make this video. You guys know how I am on my channel. I like to just be positive all the time, but I really just wanted to share this with you. I went to Surrey to visit my awesome friend JD and we even filmed a video together. It's called The Nigerian Tag and I'll link that at the end of this video so you guys can check it out if you want. So basically what happened was, on my way back from visiting JD, I flew through Gatwick. So I went to the duty free in Gatwick and I went to MAC and Bobbi Brown. I picked up the mineralized skin finish in the shade Gold Deposit, and that's where I also picked up the Bobbi Brown foundation stick in the shade Espresso. If you fly to Gatwick regularly, you will know that the two stalls are right beside each other. They're right next door to each other, Bobbi Brown and MAC. It's a great thing that I went to the two stalls that day, so in a way I can explain my experiences in both and you guys can see what's wrong in this picture as I'm about to paint it out for you. So first up is first. I came through the security in Gatwick and I went straight to MAC. I've really had this on my wish list and I've been actually looking forward to buying it. So I was in a great mood. I was finally going to get the product that I wanted. It was either this one or the bronzed one. Right, I know this one's the Gold Deposit. I can't remember what the other one was called, but it was a bronzy kind of shade. But first and foremost, the MAC girls were actually having conversations with themselves, and that's perfectly fine. I have my earphones in. I don't want to be bothered, so I'm not complaining at all. Some people mind, they like to be greeted when they come into a shop and stuff, but me, I'm not really particular about it. I don't really give two. I was just going and do what I want to do. I went in and I picked up the Gold Deposit and I put it on the counter. And I picked up the other one and I put it on the counter because I wanted to compare the two. So I had the two swatched on my arm, on my wrist. And suddenly the girl at the MAC counter comes and picks it up and puts it back. And I'm like, hold up, hold up, hold up. But I just, like, being the way I am, like, I just ignored it. I picked it up and I picked the other two up and I went to the mirror just away from her. She was kind of following me in a sense. And I was just like, okay. I'm like, why is she following me? Like, you didn't even ask, oh, do you need anything? Do you need any help? I'm very, very picky when I go shopping. So I don't want to just buy something without actually being sure, because I don't return anything. Anything that I buy, I always keep. I don't return. I don't do, like with clothes, with makeup, with everything. I don't buy and return. I just buy. Like, that's why I have to be sure before I buy something. And I feel like as a consumer, that is my right. I was looking at the two and at the mirror and I couldn't decide, so I said, okay, I know that I have to buy this foundation stick from Bobbi Brown, so I will go to Bobbi Brown and I will get this foundation stick and I'll come back while I use that opportunity to think about which one I want. So I put it back in the place that it was meant to be and I went to Bobbi Brown. I was greeted by the girl. There was one girl in Bobbi Brown on her own, whereas in MAC there was 3 girls in MAC. And there was one girl in Bobbi Brown. As I walked into Bobbi Brown, this girl said to me, she said, hi, are you okay there? Would you like any help? Are you looking for anything in particular? I actually see the difference in the two. So she was like, do you need anything? Can I help you with anything? And all this. And I was like, oh no, I'm just having a look. That's what I always say. And that's what I always do. But the fact that she greeted me just shows you guys the contrast between what happened at MAC in Gatwick and what happened at Bobbi Brown in Gatwick. I went to pick up a few of these because I wasn't sure which one I was going to go for. So the girl said, oh, do you want to try it on or anything? And I was like, yes, but I'm not wearing any makeup, because that day, whenever I'm flying somewhere, I always wear makeup. But when I'm flying back, I couldn't be arsed. I'm going home. It's not that deep. So I wasn't wearing makeup, but I said, okay, I like shade 9 and shade 10. So can you try on shade 10 and shade 9 on me? So she tried it on me and I really like shade 10, which is this one right here. And then she also helped me wipe it off as well. And then I was like, I'm not sure, because I'm not wearing any makeup, I'm not sure how it's going to look when I'm actually wearing my foundation this on, because I knew I still had to pick up my Gold Deposit, which I hadn't bought yet. I went back to MAC. The girl was just standing there with an attitude, and then I was like, okay, let me just pick up my stuff. And I said to her, I said, sorry, which one of these, I can't decide between these two, which one do you think would be right? She was like, it's like, if you want like a gold or like a bronze tone, Obviously, I know that I have eyes, I can see. Like, her job as a makeup artist in MAC is to say, oh, do you want to try it on? Or I recommend this or this or this. But like, literally, she had no clue. Like, the attitude, guys. So as a MAC makeup artist, I asked you to recommend like a skin finishing powder for me. I ended up having to put it on my Snapchat and be like, oh, can't decide, guys. So if you guys follow me on Snapchat, you will have seen that snap. I was like, can't decide which one. And I had to have girls on my Snapchat decide for me, because a MAC makeup artist was telling me, oh, it depends on what kind of look you want. And I was like, how am I supposed to, if obviously I don't know what kind of tone I want, that's why I'm asking you. And her job should have been, oh, you can sit down and I can try it on you, because she was not doing anything else. She was just standing around. And whereas when I went to Bobbi Brown, the girl kindly, obviously, yeah, she was in her own, so she could have been in a more kind of, oh, I just want something to do kind of mood. But still, she offered to try on, and it wasn't even only this product. She tried on a few on me as well, to make sure that I was happy as well as a customer. And that's what I didn't get in MAC that day. Instead, I was treated like I was going to steal something, number one, because she followed me around the whole place. And then, number two, you're returning the things that I'm taking that I could have potentially bought. Because if I like something well enough, I will actually buy it. So you're returning the things that I'm picking up, and then you're giving me attitude, and then I'm asking you questions, and you're answering the questions without even saying, oh, come here, I'm going to try it on you, or let's see how it looks. Like, she should have said, let me see how this looks on you. I shouldn't have to go to the mirror and use my finger when you have a set of brushes, and that's your job. Like, it was just stupid and really annoying. Like, first of all, if a customer comes in and you're treating them like they're gonna steal something, and you're following them around and putting things that they take back, it's really rude. That's number one. Like, wait for the customer to leave if you want to return stuff, because if they're standing right beside it, it means that they're using it. So I thought that was extremely rude. I ended up having to put it on my Snapchat and be like, oh, can't decide, guys. So if you guys follow me on Snapchat, you will have seen that snap. While I was in England, I had left my whole makeup bag here in my room. So I didn't have my foundation, so I went back to MAC to put on some NW46. And they only had NW45 and NW48. And my shade is NW46. And she's like, oh, we don't have any. And I'm like, that's perfectly fine. So I ended up using NW45 just for like a little tester there, so that I could put the foundation stick on it as a contour and see how it looks. So that's what I ended up doing. But then throughout this process, there was a lot of attitude being thrown. And then finally, before I left MAC, because I wasn't coming back to MAC again, because if I did, Lord knows I would have actually lost it. Because I've seen a lot of other videos on YouTube, and I just realized that it could have been because I looked really young. Now, when I'm not wearing any makeup on a normal day, I tend to look younger. And I think that it was kind of like a bit of discrimination on that kind of aspect. So anyways, I went to the girl that I didn't speak to throughout that process, and I said, oh, can I get this? She got it for me, no problem, no questions asked, no time wasted. She put it through for me, and I was on my way back to Bobbi Brown. So I went back to Bobbi Brown, and this girl had no problem having me try this on for the second time, just to make sure it was right before I bought it. And she even gave me this cleansing oil, which now I might even buy next time I'm in Gatwick, or next time I'm at a Bobbi Brown counter, because she actually gave it to me, and it helps remove your makeup as well. And I'm always obsessed with making sure that all my makeup is off. So like, comparing the two experiences of me going to Bobbi Brown, where somebody went out of her way to make sure that I was happy, and then me going to MAC, where 2 out of 3 of them were complete and utter, I'm not gonna say that word. Like, I just thank God, because I'm a patient person, because I would have lost it, and I would have gone on a mad one. Like, I would have actually lost it. I'm gonna be honest and say that I feel like they need more people that understand darker skin tones in certain MAC shops. I feel like it's a necessity. The world's a very diverse place, and I feel like they need to prioritize diversity in MAC shops. Not even just only in the UK, because I'm sure that they do. That in the MACs in Ireland, that there is actually more MAC/women of colour makeup artists. Because I know so many girls that have been recommended the wrong shade multiple times, and they are still having to mix their makeup to get it right. So regardless of how much of a rant this video was, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah, I wanted to just film this video and just share my horrible Mac experiences with you guys. Tell me about your experiences with Mac. I've had great experiences, don't get me wrong, but then the Mac in Gatwick Airport, girl, finna get me mad. Leave me a comment below, tell me about your experiences with Mac and stuff, and I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to thumbs up this video and subscribe. Have a great day, guys. You speak Nigerian?
Pull up, just pull up.
And do you dance around fires?